Hi, and camera on. Yeah, I'm wearing a cap. I'm wearing a cap. I'm wearing a cap. Mouse is bugging out, so I decided to rub it on my... Alright, so let's just go ahead and launch up Zenless. Hold on, I have a whole bunch of things. Big knockers! It's big knockers. We saw big knockers briefly. Yeah, chat, we saw big knockers. That's what I'm just gonna call her. I call her big knockers. Nvidia. Just Nvidia just shows up. Dude, like Nvidia just shows up.
Energizing combo sets.
So yeah, big knockers. Oh. Nah. Yeah, there were... Oh, Corrin is on here. We already demoed all of them. Caesar. Julius Caesar. Caesar is a guy's name! What is it with MiHoYo? Yes, and I don't care what Isaac says. I call him MiHoYo. I've known him as MiHoYo in the beginning. So I'm gonna keep calling them MiHoYo. Whoa, what is this? What's going on? What's going on? Hello, Otsu. Come on in. Yeah, there you go.
Damn, Dixie hasn't been up here in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't. The Akagi simp hasn't been up here. If we one-shot this, bros, we're...
Today's reading is Be a Hero.
Time for some hard labor?
I already have Corrin and I already have Ben. So we're all good.
Ready?
Oh, why are we right up to the TV? Oh. What? No! Oh, we broke it. Y, and I'm gonna get out of cat and mouse. Gurgle. Oh, we get to play as her.
That's who.
And then we have Jack Black over here. We have Poe from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have Poe from Kung Fu Panda.
Get this to insanity.
Shifu? This is Poe from Kung Fu Panda. Poe from Kung Fu Panda. And that's Sterling. What are you talking about? Oh, only one Kenobi. Oh, whoa. I accidentally did that in my finger. Whoa, she's really fast. She's like super fast. Okay, that was quick. Like, who am I kidding? This character is ridiculously fast.
1 minute and 5 seconds.
Yeah, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Finished less than 240 seconds. This is piece of cake. Bro! Hold on. I gotta try something.
Standing by.
T... I have Lucy right over here. Switch.
Lucy.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. I'm gonna send this to Isaac. I did this before
Send this to
Genshin
Insanity.
Impact. It was hilarious. I've done this when I played Genshin like back in 2023.
Played it in 2024. Early, I guess.
In 2023. And then... Oh, she's faster.
How can I help?
Standing by.
I'm doing this wrong. Allow me.
1, 2.
Time for some hard labor?
I'm doing this wrong. I had to add in Rita. Gateway, you've been fucking with my cloning machine.
Look at that shit!
This is getting out of hand.
Takes me oops!
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. This is getting out of hand. Remember when you
fuck I
were
thought?
determined to be gay?
No.
Do you want to know what else I noticed?
Fish!
That's still not enough.
She sounds like Shy Lily.
wants
I
to
said it
bring that
on the
fantasy
video.
just a little bit into
That she
reality.
sounds like Shy Lily.
So she takes a
Wait, are
photo
you going
she has of her and the episode deftly swipes the sweater and replaces it with an identical one.
What?
She gets away with it completely. She
What? You must have pulled
What
off
is
some
it?
Indiana Jones type of shit over there.
goes
Wait,
to
let me guess. You're gonna just swap the sweaters over and over?
Which tells me it's dead. Oh?
No,
excuse me
no, no!
I don't know where you live at all. I simply made a guess, and by your reaction, I was right.
Wait,
did live on the other-
do you know my IP address? I'm just kidding. Only I know my IP address.
If you're going to walk, make sure to watch out for the foxes.
What does the fox say?
Luckily, I could counter your fox with a lion.
Woman!
Why? If you're going to walk, make sure to watch out for the foxes.
I'm a professional
What
shit
does the
poster.
fox?
I ship post. Like, I'm serious. I don't know if this one is gonna get me copyright claimed. It didn't. I got away
There
with
is
it
no
with this
Easter
video.
bunny, there is no tooth fairy, and there is 104 days of summer vacation.
It was 2013 when Adobe spent millions on what they called the uncrackable security. They wanted to stop piracy forever. So it all started with something called the Creative Cloud, a new subscription model they believed would stop illegal sharing. No more one-time purchases, no more sharing disks. They thought it was impenetrable, but then 2 days later, a cracked version of the software appeared online. The millions spent on defense and cutting-edge encryption was all gone by an invisible army. But how? That's where our story begins. To understand how this happened, you have to think like them. Let's assume you want to break a lock. What's the simplest approach? You get the key, right? In software, that key is the serial number or license key. So when you purchase a software, you're not just buying code. You're buying permission to use that code. So you type in the right combination, and it opens. That's how it worked in the 80s. But then the game changed. In 1998, major companies like Adobe invested millions in two powerful tools, SafeDisk and SecuROM. These weren't just normal programs, they were digital fortresses designed to make piracy impossible. SafeDisk promised unbreakable disk access,
To be honest, if Adobe
while SecuROM boasted layered encryption, and the developers behind them promised absolute and unbreakable protection. But
Ew.
promises are made to be broken, because within just 7 days, what took teams of engineers years to build were completely shattered. But guess what? Some companies even got smarter. They added USB keys called dongles, so you had to plug it in to make the software run. But unfortunately,
what? No, that sounds wrong.
hackers found ways to trick the software into thinking that the dongle was plugged when it wasn't. No matter what those companies built, hackers always find a way over it. But then came DRM, Digital Rights Management. This was different because it checks you all the time and confirms that you are logged in, your account is real, and your system is approved. Think of it like a security guard that follows you around while you use the software, always watching, always checking, and never trusting you. And this is exactly how Adobe's Creative Cloud works. So when you open Photoshop, it doesn't just launch. It secretly scans your computer, your processor, your RAM, your hard drive, and then build a digital fingerprint, which is a unique ID just for your computer. Then it sends that ID to Adobe's servers and waits for a reply. If the reply is good, Photoshop opens. If not, it shuts down. Sounds impossible to beat, right? But no, hackers had to stop that conversation. Using another tool called IDA Pro, they can freeze Photoshop at the exact moment it's checking your license. And in this frozen state, they can see everything. The values, the keys, and all the secrets. Then they make tiny changes to the code and tell Photoshop to stop checking, or to always say, yes, this person paid, even when they didn't. Some hackers went even further to build fake Adobe servers that pretended to be Adobe. So when Photoshop
Fake
tries to
Adobe server? No, dude, you've got
verify a
bonkers.
user, these fake servers answer instead, yes, this user is legitimate. This license is real. Let them in. And Photoshop believed it, thinking it was talking to the real Adobe. But this is where the story gets really interesting, because as protection gets really tough, those hackers started to use something called a loader. Think of it like a magician standing at the door. Every time Photoshop checks its license, the loader jumps in and changes the answer, and then injects its own code into Photoshop's memory. What makes loaders so effective is they don't change any files on your computer. They only change the program while it's running in memory, which makes it almost impossible to detect. Even antivirus softwares cannot detect it, and that's why some cracked softwares ask you to open a special tool every time you use the software. That tool is the loader. But Adobe didn't just give up. They found a clever way to fight back. So instead of running everything on your computer, they moved key features to the cloud. Take neural filters in Photoshop, they don't work locally. You send them your photo. Adobe processes it on their servers, then sends back the result. Nothing is done on your computer. So cracking this would mean breaking into Adobe itself. But here's what most people don't know. Behind every software is not just one genius in a hoodie. It's an entire team of organizations like Reloaded, Core, and CPY, and each member has a role. One studies the code, another builds the crack, and another tests it across different computers. And believe it or not, many of these hackers follow rules. They won't touch banking apps, and they avoid medical systems. For them, cracking Photoshop is not about stealing. It's about proving no lock is unbreakable. So if you've ever used a cracked software, smash that like and subscribe for more stories.
Oh, wow. Whoa, that was...
It's unbreakable. Subscribe for more stories. It's unbreakable. So if you subscribe for more stories, to crack software, smash that like and subscribe for more stories.
Like, the subscription service was like... That's why I don't use Adobe. I rely on DaVinci Resolve. And so, like, even with Resolve, that since I don't have the premium, which is basically DaVinci Resolve Pro, I have to decide whether I want to use... I have to decide whether I want to use... Okay, whether I want to use... like exported, which is
The lime? Honestly, I'd be open to trying. Helga in that one episode of Hey Arnold. I feel like I'd have weird dreams like special sausage and haggis toasty. Buff special sausage and haggis toasty. I don't know if I like haggis. I don't know. This isn't goodbye, Kaisenet's final word. Is he going to be executed? Yo, chat. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to hold up to a stream. I after. Bye. This is
chat. Is this real? Chat, is this real?
I don't know if it's real. Wait. I thought those were Yanade faces.
No. But look, Cinder, you remember the scandal?
I
like, I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh, and one thing, Cinder will never fight.
You want to
me.
know what else I noticed?
Fish! 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 Fish!
Me. Gas
Fish!
station.
Fish! 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 I have to...
You, me, gas
sometimes
station.
she even flirts in a stream. So she fantasizes edits it a bit to make it look like a wedding. Hey, because I already know she's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. But like I was saying, they're not a couple, and in a
If
way,
you know, then why do you keep trying?
even though she might,
Hello, Eternal.
she doesn't want to be destructive or harmful.
And what she did was diabolical. Video ends.
Yes.
We won.
Because I want to play stream.
Hold on, let's plan this out in case I ever decide to do a second one. But no, I would rather wait till July before doing one. I would rather wait until July.
This is done.
July. All right, I'm sorry I went quiet.
Oh, Dixie just post.
All right, let me just use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I forgot to mute. I forgot to.
Plus the double. He's
My
got a
good
little
boy
crazy.
is-
In my absolute horror, a digital footprint actually does exist. So I picked up a coffee today. The guy said you're a good girl too. To my absolute horror, digital.
An e-girl. Of course, it's an e-girl. I
Why
do not.
girls, bitch?
Yeah, we prefer anime women somehow.
And we prefer automobiles like BMW,
What about Lexus?
Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi.
Did you know
Chevy.
that Toyota owns Lexus?
Yes, I knew that.
What about General Motors? What do you think of them?
Okay.
What about Ford?
He's a Ford Taurus. Fuck yeah.
Let's see.
That's Charger.
Dodge Challenger.
Polish it and still maintain.
Cat. Oh, it's a Hellcat all day long.
A Hellcat used by the police?
Do all your patrol officers, or not officers, the deputies, patrol in this vehicle here, or something similar to this?
If I say yes, would you come work for us? we really don't. Not everybody gets one of these. I got one, but we have a range of other vehicles that we issue.
The Taurus. Okay, I already named one of them. Name up. Do you know the names of all these vehicles, Otsu? Starting from the top right. From the top left. Otsu?
That's what the YSDF uses.
What kind of car is this?
A Chevy Tahoe.
This?
Ford Crown Victoria.
This one?
Ford Taurus, and the one on the right down is the Ford Explorer.
Yeah, the Ford Explorers are really common. I've seen them use like the Chargers. The police department here like use Chargers and Ford Explorers typically. Fruit Racers.
A few moments
A few
later.
moments later. Of course.
Hellcat, wide body. Bro.
They're probably Houston. You could just do like a hyper pit maneuver or some shit like that. Like some sort of hyper pit maneuver.
The usual shit show around here, but
NixOS, Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon. Ariella VA. I never reacted to this.
Put it in better words.
What the This is like Five Nights at Freddy's, bros.
Hey, sweetheart.
This is like Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Why would you wanna stay? Five Nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it.
wait, is that Ariella in the?
Yes.
Hey, is that Ariella in the TV?
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's.
It looks like a TCL TV or some shit.
Sister of Yonderism. What? See what this is all about. Window. Oh, it's that. Okay. I don't know how I got that on my clipboard. How did I get that on my clipboard? Me laughing. Not at what the heck did you just post?
And a meme.
Oh. Hello, mister. Cat girl petition.
Hello, mister.
Hi there. Would you like to sign my petition?
I'm your new roommate. Haven't you heard?
Not a chance.
Well, they've arranged for me to live with you.
That's clearly wrong.
Let me in.
No.
Why?
Look, just sign the stupid petition. I've got stuff to do.
Let me in. I live here now.
No.
You do yourself a huge favor if you let me in.
Yeah, blah, blah. These errands aren't gonna do themselves.
You see, I'm not just There's a huge secret.
You just know there's going to be some variety of pickled testicles in here somewhere.
It's not a costume. These ears are real. Look.
Why does this not surprise me?
I can move them. Meow meow.
This is so humiliating.
You can touch them if you don't believe me.
Butt sauce.
Butt sauce!
Petition. Damn it.
Don't you watch anime? What if I get down on my knees and make this pose?
Ugh. Gary Coleman's autobiography would have been more interesting.
Who the hell is
Anya, Anya? Gojujin-sama?
Gojijin? Gojijin-sama? Go-ojin-sam. Gojujin. What? Jujin? What? What? This sounds so wrong on any.
Are you going to sign this, or will it be your surviving family members?
Doesn't this make you feel a little weak?
No.
I feel like shit.
You are unusually strong-willed.
That's Vanilla from Nekopara.
Fuck you.
Look, I didn't come here to rob you or anything. I just really...
Put her in the box!
really need a place to sleep.
Put her
I
in the
got your
box,
affirmative
Postal
action.
Dude.
What are you doing?
I feel better already. Fuck me, I better get home.
Hold it right there, mister.
Shit.
Stop what you're doing this very instant.
Hey, I'm just exercising my Second Amendment rights here, you fucking communist.
I am the law. Can you need to stop?
No, I am the law.
I have a badge. Therefore, you have to listen to me.
Damn, here I was minding my own business, just enjoying my Second Amendment rights, and you people have to freak out on me.
You should be nice to your guest, mister.
Hey, Ayatollah. I regret nothing.
Oh my goodness, that but.
I became a cat girl. I became vanilla after this.
Just look. Just sign that stupid petition. I got stuff to do. I don't care who the IRS sends. I am not. She hasn't been active in a long time, and I reacted to her first ever video, getting kidnapped by her yandere best friend. I think you probably might remember this video when I reacted to it.
Yeah, I do.
I fart in surround sound. I fart in surround sound. No, you do not. No, you do not. Alright, so this has been brought to
external exhibitions that are not approved by the church. Clemente and his followers were upset at this ruling. Conveniently, Clemente...
I got into an argument. Francis is not the Pope. Yes, he is. I was like, you're set up a contest. I called someone a set up a contest for not accepting Francis as Pope. You could get excommunicated for that kind of shit. You could excommunicate yourself if you just break what is infallible.
Trouble.
But I'm pretty sure people, even the traditionalist Dr. Taylor Marshall, is pretty happy with Pope Leo. ASMR, dog sniffing you.
Movie ASMR. Get your news off us.
There's one group of people you do not want to piss off when you are a console maker, and that is hackers. But that's exactly what the Switch 2 has done, and I'm going to explain why. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Anton, a power engineer,
I don't feel like
industrial
hacking a
mechanic,
Switch 2
and a
because I
Red
may
Seal
end up
electrician.
being
We
banned.
cover all kinds of products and topics in an approachable way for the average everyday person. I'm glad you found us. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. In a previous video, we already covered all the reasons why you should skip the Switch 2 and don't worry about buying one. But most of the reasons that we explained in that video was the anti-consumer tactics of Nintendo. Now, all throughout history, every time a manufacturer has taken an anti-consumer approach, the hackers have stepped up to give us something that we should have had all along. Yes, we can go back to the iPhone, GeoHot, hacking it to use on his own cellular network because he didn't want to get locked down to the default carrier. That was the birth of the jailbreak. Then there was GeoHot in the PlayStation when they took away Linux from us and said, you can't have this anymore. Well, he put it back there for us. And the list goes on and on. This is not a GeoHot love letter. This is just the reality that when you take something away, people get upset. And what have they taken away from us? Well, number one, they charged us a lot of money for this console, and then they've made it so that the games are just game keys. They've increased the prices on the games. They've also asked you to pay a monthly fee to be able to unlock all of the features of the console, effectively making it so that the purchase of the console just opens the door to an entire world of pay for service for the rest of your life. Now, my prediction was that the console will be hacked very, very quickly, but when I was making that video, the hack came out. It came out too fast. In fact, it was a day one exploit. We're gonna cover that, but we're also gonna cover a few other things in this video. And to start off with the Switch news, some really exciting information has surfaced, and that is that a certain number of Switch 2 units were actually shipped with a factory debug software still active on the unit. Now, the great news is these units have actually made it into the hands of security experts who are actively investigating what they can do with this debug firmware and what kind of secrets are unlocked.
Speaking of Switch
now,
2,
it's not going to be as easy as we thought because the Switch actually has some pretty good security measures. Yes, it turns out that anytime you start to employ typical hacking tricks, the Switch detects these changes in voltage.
I've got the Switch 2 Pro controller.
Temperature.
Oh, nice.
And peeking and poking and prodding, and it actually locks itself out. Yes, Nintendo has already enacted their right to brick your software, and a number of security researchers have already had their Switch 2 completely bricked at the hands of Nintendo because they were doing something that Nintendo didn't think they should be doing. Now, I know you guys are saying, well, they shouldn't be trying to gain access to the Switch, and therefore it's Nintendo's right to block them out. And you know, I'm with you. I understand what you're saying, but where's the fun? I mean, half of the fun was going in and trying to see what made things work. I know myself, I really am fascinated with understanding how the technology works. And I've done the same thing with my Switch version 1. Now it's been unlocked, not because I'm so smart and know how to hack things, but because I enjoy seeing the process. And I've read through the documentation, all that stuff, and I love to understand it, even if it's just from a simpler side after the real smart people have done all the heavy lifting. If we go back to that debug firmware, we know if we start poking and prodding on that Switch that it's actually going to crash and lock us out. We will lose access to that device. That's where some sort of a gateway or entry point will become very critical for us so that we can get in without the system locking down. You see, we don't want to lose access to the debug firmware because there's going to be lots more development made on that system. Good enough to get the with the debug firmware could be a really exciting time for the Switch. Now, something else that's when they go to launch the game, it comes up with an error that says we can't read the contents of this cart. Now this is a minor setback. The guys at MIGFlash say that the MIGFlash is actually supported on the Switch 2. Now this could be a play on, mean that they have a patch already ready, that they're just flashes coming, and Nintendo's about to take a big L.
Yeah, Nintendo
where
just,
we can
like, they're like Apple in the sense.
They're not like them. Because there's shitloads of Sonic
Nintendo
games.
believes that they're the iPhone of gaming. They're taking tips from Apple, I knew it.
Samsung's not, I believe.
Anything? It was worth going through all that trouble to tap into his phone. Now I get come across one of these in ages.
Extreme Yandere, oh!
I don't want to play.
Extreme Yandere, oh!
Frick, right.
Well, it saves you from
We got NBC, or should I say
Okay.
DVD?
Alright, folks, so as you may know, I have a series where I react to.
Trust me. Understand?
Understand.
Good. Okay. Oh, and you have a room.
Like, the energy that she has in her voice acting.
If homes were made of concrete and had no windows.
Homies!
Made of concrete and had no windows. Okay, good. I'll take off the phone and the ankle
Avoid
cuffs.
windows.
Ankle
It's like
cuffs?
it's like the severe tornado flash whatever. I forgot what the frick I did. I'm most known for this content. Severe special storm statement.
Is there a reason?
A tornado warning has been issued.
Is that the reason why there are EE's keys?
Interior building.
Yeah, that's someone's.
Avoid windows. Avoid windows. Interior building. Avoid windows.
Avoid windows.
Interior building. Avoid windows.
Well, that's back when I liked my own videos.
Could be the case in places like the mid-Chicago with a live look right now.
The Wrigley. Oh, this is like the Cubs.
Cubs.
You want to know
the
something?
MLB?
The Pope, he was never a Cubs fan. He was a Sox fan.
Pope Leo XIV, who was born.
Look, this clip.
He was never ever a Cubs fan, so I don't know where that came from. He was always a Sox fan.
If he's not interested, he's in
Never ever a Cubs fan, so I don't know where that came from. He was always a Sox fan.
Hey, I'm not even kidding. They celebrated a mass at Rate Field. It was like the Cubs. It was like
Places
he was
like-
never a Cubs fan. He was always a Sox fan.
The mid-Chicago with a live look right now.
If this was made
About
today,
this.
I would have made that joke.
Weather's not letting you at all. Look at this.
Initial weather, Steve.
Hold on, I gotta see.
Issued at 11:11 a.m.
I gotta see what the AI says. All right, we gotta look at this. This video is a compilation of severe weather warnings issued by the. Come on!
A tornado warning has been issued for a tornado warning area.
Special weather statement. Tornado warning for until in southwestern Washington until 7 a.m. And 1, FLIR radar indicated a severe tornado storm capable of producing northwestern sub-county in northwestern county in southwestern central county in southwestern Washington until 11:11. Severe thunderstorm.
Like, what is, like, I just shitpost at this point. Plucking piano strings.
Plucking a piano string be like? It sounds kind of like guitar. It sounds kind of like guitar.
Alright, we'll end the stream right here. I don't know what we're